Thank you all for joining in today. And today is our episode number 41. And this is free Intune training provided by How to Manage Devices community. And my name is Anup. And last week we've been going through administrative templates of Intune, and we've been deploying some policies related to Edge Chromium, Microsoft Edge Chromium, right? And we have seen some issues, and we have done some kind of analysis in the registry, event logs, and all as part of troubleshooting. Those were like administrative templates for the devices, right? So probably today we will quickly go through the user based policies, right, in administrative templates, so that it will like we can you can refer this back whenever you are deploying some user level policies from administrative templates or device level policies, right? So we are going to cover user level policies today. So let's go to devices and filter with Windows and go to configuration profiles. And as you know, like how to create files and all. If you are not speaking, can you please go on mute? Thank you. Okay, so platform, profile, administrative template, create. I'm going to say something like prevent, prevent personal, prevent personal email, OneDrive, etc. Right? So prevent access. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Policy to policy to restrict. If you're not speaking, can you please go on mute? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I did it.
Thank you, Jitish. Policies to restrict accessing OneDrive, personal OneDrive, right? So let's OneDrive and email probably. This might be one of your requirement, right? So let's do that. Click next and go to configuration settings. So in the configuration settings, it easy way to find out is probably go to users. As I mentioned, there are two things, right? One is computer configuration. We have seen computer configuration last week. Today we are going to see user configurations, right? So user configuration, before going to that, right, you can see some deprecated policies here, right? So these deprecated policies should not be used. Basically, if you already configured some of this, probably you need to look for the latest policy and move to that, right? Okay. So um yeah, personal, let's search with personal, right? So there are a lot of personal options here. Okay, personal information. Okay, a lot of personal options here. Let's go to OneDrive now. Right. Let's go to OneDrive and see personal. Okay. So the personal search is already there because we already typed that, right? If I remove personal, then you would be able to see a lot of other steps over there, right? So we need only personal. uh, Prevent users from syncing personal OneDrive accounts, right? So in normal scenario, we might need to find out a Windows 10 CSP, uh, and we need to configure the OMA URI, then string value, etc., etc. Right? If you in case if you don't have the setting in the administrative templates, right? So that is the advantage of administrative templates. You will have everything in the UI itself, GUI itself, right? So if you enable this, the users will be prevented from setting up the sync relationship for their personal OneDrive account. Okay, thank you. And I'm going to enable it. Okay, I'm going to enable it, and it will prevent the users from syncing personal OneDrive, right? Now I need to find out, the finding out the setting is bit challenging, right? Let's check with email, right? Now email, disable Outlook to email to users, and disable Outlook notification. No, not this one. Um, adding, adding, prevent adding. Yeah, this is one and good option. Prevent user from adding email types. Okay, so let's check this. Okay, so this is one thing we can do, right? There are two things. I don't know. Somebody is coming off mute every time. I think it's
No,
somebody
sorry,
called
sorry.
Mr. Adhikari.
Yeah. Sorry, Anup. Actually, I'm not sure what is happening. That maybe the internet is playing with me today. It's going and coming. Not sure why it is happening.
Okay, can you please go on mute if you don't have any
Uh,
questions?
No, sure.
Thank you. Okay, so let's check this policy, right? Prevent users from adding email account types. So in this, you have enable disable options. If you want to prevent, enable it, and you can prevent users from adding exchange email accounts. So you should be very careful about all these things because you need to kind of test it. Otherwise, probably your Office 365 or corporate email exchange might not work, right? Or your email profile deployment might not work. So you should be very careful about all these things, right? All these configuration policies. So I'm not going to check those two boxes now, but if you have a requirement to do that, probably I would recommend to test it in the pre-prod or test environment and do it later, right? So I'm enabling it for these three, right? So it won't users won't be able to add any POP3 email accounts, prevent users adding other types of email accounts, right? Probably like, okay, I think yeah.
I'm really so sorry, Anup. Really, I'm not sure why it is happening.
Yeah, it's okay. No, probably you can try to disconnect and connect back.
Yeah, I did that this time. I'm not not sure what will happen.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's click OK, and let's add this also. Prevent adding non-default exchange accounts, right? So this is another policy. This policy allows you to prevent users from adding non-default exchange accounts. So this is pretty useful, I feel, right? So if you enable this policy, you will prevent users from adding non-default exchange accounts. So probably their primary accounts will be added if it's on Office 365 or on kind of exchange on-prem or something like that, right? So I think this is useful. So these are the three policies which we are going to add now to prevent the personal email and personal OneDrive access from the users, right? So click. So finding out the policy is bit difficult. So you can use the blog post which I referred previously, right? Otherwise, you can use the search option over here with some keywords like personal, prevent, etc., etc., right? That might help you. Okay, so click on next. And the scope tag, I don't think we need to look into it at the moment. Now assignment, as you can see, the same template, right? Only the include and exclude options are available. So I'm going to include the Windows company HTMD company owned devices, right? So I'm not going to deploy this policies to obviously to personal devices, right? That might create issues for the personal use scenario, right? I'm going to deploy this to company owned devices. Okay, so that is CYOD Azure AD joined devices, not Azure AD registered devices. Okay, so click and create. So as you can see, these are the three policies, right? Oh, where is the policy? Prevent personal email. Okay, so this is the these are the three policies which we configured. These are the three settings probably we have configured, right? Okay, now let's go to device status. Nothing is there. Probably it is going to take time as usual, right? This is my Azure AD joined device. Okay, so let's refresh, and it is as usual normally 230, and that is the cycle for policy refresh cycle for this mission, and for the other mission it was like 130 or something like that, right? So let's give a refresh, sorry, sync, and check what is going to happen, right? Syncing, and probably we can find something in the registry entry also, right? Once it is synced. Okay, sync prob might have been completed. No, not yet. Okay, so sync completed now. Refresh. Okay, 830. Something failed here. Oh, that's fine. That's Google. All these are Google, I think. Yeah, it's fine. ADMX, fake policy. Okay, fake policy is still here. Nothing happened, I feel. Okay, so let's find anything related to OneDrive, right? OneDrive. Nope, nothing yet. Let's go back to the. Oops. Let's go back to the portal and check what happened. Pending. Okay, so probably I need to sync again. Okay, so yeah. So while we wait for that, what I'm going to do today is basically, as you can see, like only two missions are available in the tenant. There are other few missions which were available. We deleted those from the console, right? From the, what do you call, from the Azure itself, right? I don't know why this is. There is the other mission which I'm trying to access. Okay. Oh, I think that got disconnected. Anyways, okay. So sync completed now. Let's check this now. Refresh. Okay. Now let's find OneDrive. Okay. OneDrive policy MDM 22222. Yeah, it's some policy came down, right? So that's good news. And ADMX injection to OneDrive app type. Okay, let's go to ADMX and refresh this part, right? Refresh. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Lot of policies came in related to Outlook, right? Office Outlook. A lot of policies came in. Probably OneDrive also here somewhere, right? Local account, local. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Lot of policies came in, right? And ADMX install. Let's check ADMX install. Outlook 16 v2, right? OneDrive is also there, right? So all these policies came in. So let me check where is the OneDrive piece. Okay, this is the OneDrive, and you can see what are the options available, right, in the OneDrive, right? Personal, prevent network traffic. Yeah, disable personal sync, right? So this is the one we try to disable. So now let's go back to the policy over here, right? So this should come, this would get refreshed now. Let's refresh. Okay, Edge, TPM, Windows, nothing much here. So probably let's refresh this one, right? I don't know. We are missing something over here. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we need to find out. Are you guys able to see something related to Office here? No. Okay, so let's check that what is happening in the event log, right? And one Outlook. Okay. Okay, so nothing much in the event log. We will find out that registry entry for the policies in a bit, or maybe I need to check about that. Right? Okay, so basically, I will come back to that policy like registry entry where it is. I'm not able to find it now. Right? So there will be it will be somewhere here. It should be somewhere here. We'll find out. Right? And we will check that. I'll confirm that. Okay. Okay. So I was talking about the devices, right? Only we have only like three devices now: 01, 03, and 05, right? This is five. And if you look at the devices over here in the Windows, you would be able to see like other two devices, right? 0 zero 02 02 is there, and 04, right? So if I click on 02 and check when we created this is the time when we created, right? And we don't have this virtual machine now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this, right? So I'm going to delete. This is the deletion process, right? So you need to make sure that you delete it from both, right? Azure Active Directory as well as from Intune. So delete. If you don't want to manually delete it, what you can do is basically there is a policy available in Intune, right? You can do that also. Okay, so I will show you the policy in a minute. Okay, so that is 02. So we deleted 02. Now we are deleting 04, right? So let's note that down. 02 is deleted. Now 04, right? 04. We are going to delete 04. 04. Okay, delete. And other options are available, wipe and all, but in this scenario, that is not needed, or that is not required, because we deleted the VM from Azure already, right? Okay, so you can see what happened. Delete initiated. Probably it is going to take some time to get these things sorted out. So probably if you come back to Windows devices again, you would be able to see this devices. Okay, and it might get deleted soon, right? So now let's go back to the Azure Active Directory. And Azure Active Directory, if I go back to users, right? Sorry, not users, devices, you can see like all these devices there also, right? So you can see which are the devices we deleted from Intune, right? So this is a process normally I follow. Initially I delete it from Intune, and then I delete it from Azure Active Directory. Okay, so 02, and there is an automatic method to delete the Azure Active Directory records also, stale records, right? So there is a blog post available in our, I think, how to manage devices.com website. Probably you can refer to that, and I will link that details to the description of this video also, right? Okay, so 02, we want to delete 02, right? Let's delete 02 now. Okay, and say delete. Yes, deleting the selected variant. Okay, that's fine. 02 got deleted. It was immediately it got deleted, right? And then now 04. Let's confirm this is 04. Okay, it's 04. Okay, so delete. Okay, got deleted now. And now let's go back over here and refresh, right? So it got removed from Intune as well as from Azure Active Directory. Okay, so we are good now. Okay, so if you check the Active Directory groups now, let's check the Active Directory groups, and whether it got already removed or not. Personal devices, or we'll check all Intune managed devices. Let's check that. Right, members preview. Okay, so 03, 05, 5, and 01. Okay, so these are the latest devices which are live now. So it got removed from the dynamic group also, dynamic Azure AD group also. Okay, so I was mentioning about deletion rules similar to maintenance rules in SCCM, right? So this is over here. If you go to devices, a device is not over here, and if you come down and if you see others, okay, in others you can see like a device cleanup role, right? So in device cleanup role you can see, okay, so set Intune device cleanup role to delete Intune MDM enrolled devices that appears inactive, stale, or unresponsive, right? So if you want to delete those, you can put some numbers over here, right? But the point is, minimum is 30 days, right? After 30 days only it will get deleted, right? And after 30 days of inactive, stale, or unresponsive, then only it will get deleted. You can keep days up to 270, right? Okay, and if you save, you can see like view affected devices also. This is pretty much useful, right? So if you see, if you click on this, probably if you have any devices in your organization which is uh, 270 days inactive, you can see all those devices over here. So that is pretty much safe now, right? To to understand who is going to get impacted with this, right? If I say 30 days, right, and if I say like, oh, I want to see which are the devices not contacted in Tune for 30 days, right, inactive or something like that, then you can do that. And if you try to do something like 29, it will say no, it should be above 30, right? 30 or above. Okay, so that is the rule which you can use to remove these tail devices automatically, right? So let's go back to our configuration and prevent email sync and check. Okay, so it got deployed onto one of our devices, right? So not applicable. That's interesting. Not applicable. Okay, that's, I have seen this before also. Okay, that's, I think that's fine. 03 is our device, because 01 doesn't have user logged in. 01 is this device actually, right? So if I say who am I, 01, I logged in with the local user account, right? So that is why probably it's not taking that. Okay, so if I go to configuration and if I see, what is that, prevent, right? Prevent, not applicable, right? It says one is not applicable, that is of Outlook 2016, one policy is not applicable, others are probably okay because it doesn't show over here, right? Okay, so that is it from an administrative template profile perspective. Okay, so I will open up for the questions now, and probably tomorrow we will cover some other area, not administrative templates. I think we are fine with the administrative templates now. If you have any questions related to administrative templates or today's topic, please come off mute and let me know. I can try to answer.
I just want to confirm that if at all we are removing a device from Intune, is there an option to remove from AD from the same Intune portal, or do we have to go to the group policies out in the Active Directory and do it?
Yeah, so that is what I showed you, right? Over here, you need to go to the Active Directory, Azure Active Directory, and remove it. And there is a policy, right? PowerShell script also available to find out the stale records in Azure Active Directory also. Okay, and you can run that. There is no out of box rule like similar to Intune in Active Directory, so you need to run some PowerShell scripts to remove the stale records from Active Directory. Yes, but to answer your question, you need to go you need to delete it from Intune, then you need to go to Azure Active Directory and delete it. So it doesn't mean like if you delete it from Intune, it will automatically get removed from Azure Active Directory. And same thing, if you delete it from Azure Active Directory, it doesn't mean that it will automatically get deleted from Intune. Does that
Okay,
make
okay.
sense?
Yeah, yeah, thanks.
Okay. Any other questions? What is the difference between retire and wipe? Retire and wipe. Who asked? Sunil. Okay. So retire and wipe. Retire means I don't know what is the exact definition of retire. Right. Let's check. If I go over here, retire. Okay, so are you sure you want to remove company data on this device? This will only remove the company data managed by Intune, right? Users' personal data is not removed, right? So device will no longer be managed by Intune, right? So that is the meaning of retire. So wipe is probably it is a factory reset. Okay, so it will remove the entire stuff and probably it will do a factory reset kind of a stuff, right? So yeah, does that answer your question, Sunil? Any other questions?
Anup, sir, I have one more doubt. You said
Yeah.
there's a blog in how to manage devices about this removal of this tail devices. Is it related to SCCM or Intune?
Oh, it's related to Intune and Azure Active Directory. So
Okay,
you are
okay.
talking about the Active Directory or what? On-prem Active Directory or what?
No, to remove the devices in Intune as
Uh-huh.
well as Active Directory. So the post is related to that, or is it related to SCCM? I just wanted to confirm.
Oh, so sorry. It is related to Azure Active Directory and Intune.
Okay,
So
okay, yeah.
it was not related to SCM.
Okay, all right. Thanks.
No worries. Okay, if you don't have any questions, that is it for today, and we will see some exciting configurations tomorrow, and we will try to learn those, right? And I will check the policies. Where is the registry entry for the policies of or related to Office 365 and OneDrive until tomorrow, and I will share it with you tomorrow, right? Thank you all for joining in today, and have a great day ahead, and see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye bye.